Hello, 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 hello. This is the new and improved live stream for me. I don't know if it's working. I have no idea. So my fingers are crossed that you guys can all see. I'm hoping that you can see, right? And let's see. Let me get this out of here. A couple things on my desktop. I'm just trying to clean it up a little bit. So, but hey, let me know if it's working, please, in the chat. And this is a very strange week, right? So we're like in the midst of May, and you're, oh, good. Thanks, Annie. So here's something pretty cool that I can do, right? You know, I have this ticker that's working here. And for people who are in the chat, I can actually put your, well, here, let me show you real quick, right? So I can actually add you to the broadcast. So thank you, Annie, for telling me that it's working. I appreciate it. And, you know, I'm trying to figure out a better way to teach so that it's more interactive and it's able to grab your attention a little bit better. I see Brody, Annie, and Mateo in the chat. I don't see anybody else. Not sure if you're here. But this video will actually stay on the channel. And, oh no, I'm so sorry, Annie. I didn't know that. That's a bad day for sure. So yeah, that sucks. You just ruined my day. No, I'm just kidding. I hope everything goes well with them. So I have a couple things to share with you. I'm hoping that it goes well. I am doing this not only for you that are in the chat and that the 7 people that are watching without being in the chat, but for people who are going to come back and see this broadcast on my page. It's just kind of practice for what may come in the fall, okay? Because weird stuff's going to happen in the fall. All right, so I want us to watch this, and I want you to actually, in the chat, I want you to comment on what you think of this, and let me know. Here we go.
In high school, all you would hear about is how high someone is or how drunk people are.
You're trying to stay strong, but it's hard.
It became a lot easier for me just to give in, and so I did.
I lost a lot of friends and I didn't like who I was becoming.
I realized I'd be okay if I didn't do all that stuff, and people will seriously respect you for that.
Man, there are people out there just like you.
You aren't alone.
And every voice matters.
You will find that those obstacles that you face don't have half the strength that you have.
There's so much more to life.
I've been able to follow the path that's in front of me, and it's been pretty great.
So what do you guys think that is? I will share with you. It's something called Above the Influence. Above the Influence is a group or organization that tries to get youth, define what youth is, but it tries to get youth to actually be above the influence of other people. And that would be a negative influence, of course, right? And we're still on this drug substance abuse unit, on and off. We're going to talk a little bit about natural high. That was a question yesterday. But I did want to share that with you because that is something that is prevalent right now, right? That is what we would do in class. This is what we would be talking about in class at this very, at this time. Let me see a couple people. Yeah, so Annie, she says that she agrees that all you hear about is drugs in high school. Let me be honest with you, Annie. There are statistics out there that talk about who is using drugs and all of that. Now, if I were to tell you that, and I know this is strange, but the statistics are out there saying that the majority of people are not using substances and drugs. I guess hard drugs, right? I mean, smoking wouldn't be a hard drug. Vaping isn't a hard drug. So if I were to smoke a cigarette right now, I would not die tomorrow, right? But if I were to use a substance like alcohol or cocaine or heroin or any of that kind of stuff, I would say that I could die tomorrow, right? I could overdose. So the majority of people in the high school are not using those drugs. They aren't. A lot of them may be, right? So we have about 800 people in our high school, and if 400 of them were using, that would be 50%, right? So what we're seeing is that less than 50% are using those kind of drugs. And all you can do is make your own choices, regardless of what other people are doing. So, I guess when I remember going back into the middle school, hold on, let's share. So, Mateo says, that's a good statistic. I'm glad that most people aren't doing drugs. Yeah, most people in the world aren't using drugs or substances that would be detrimental to killing you. Except when you get to be an adult, I see a lot more people using alcohol, drinking alcohol on not a regular basis, but on kind of an on and off basis. Yeah, Mateo says it's illegal, for sure. But being above the influence, there's a group of people out there on Facebook and other organizations out there to help you. And if, of course, you need any help, you contact me. So you can see right here, it's something called Ecamm Live is what I'm using. I'm debating whether or not to purchase a monthly subscription to this, but I think it's really a very, very good platform. This does happen. Annie says, I get it, but all you hear about is people spiking the punch bowl at homecoming and prom last year. Well, don't drink the punch, right, Annie? You got to be that's one really important thing. Unless you definitely know what it is that you're consuming or eating and that you either made it or things like that, then you have to be very careful, of course. Going along the lines of drugs is another drug or substance, and that is a stimulant drug called caffeine. I drink my caffeine every day. I have coffee every day. My wife, who's working next to me, who you can see, we work together, and we drink coffee every day. It is a drug. So if I'm a drug addict, I guess that's my drug of choice. But I will say that it can be dangerous for some people. I want you to watch this and tell me what you think.
A case where more was deadly. What's up, everybody? I'm Patrick Jones. This is your Buzz 60. Anais Fournier was a 14-year-old who died recently from a caffeine toxicity. You see, Anais downed 2 large energy drinks and later went into cardiac arrest. Monster denies any correlation, citing Anais' minor heart condition, but the facts are simple. The 2 drinks had more caffeine than 14 cans of soda, not to mention sugar. Monster countered by saying their drinks have less caffeine than some Starbucks drinks. Lawyer translation, that kid's doing it too. Point is, as energy drinks become more popular for teens and young adults, so do trips to the emergency room for caffeine overdoses. Doctors warn that the caffeine and sugar are terrible for kids, and they shouldn't drink them. Did you ever think you'd see the day where soda was the healthier option for kids? Buzz 60, now you know, pass it on.
So that's real. That's a real live story. It happens every year. You hear about something in the news or some of the people or websites that I follow that you hear about caffeine overdoses, right? But I remember, when I was teaching at Main Street School, and you probably remember also going to Main Street, there was this thing about on Fridays, you would run as fast as you could over to Sherry's Coffee House, right? So it is believable. It is unbelievable that would happen. But yeah, because just because it's legal doesn't make it safe. And if you were to be in my class and hear me lecture about drugs and alcohol and tobacco and vaping and all the things that we would have been talking about on a daily basis for these last several weeks, you would hear me consistently say just because something is legal doesn't make it safe. And that is absolutely true. All right. So let's move on, since we're going pretty quick here. Let's move on to the question of the day. So I'll post this question as soon as I reveal it, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this first. So our question of the day is going to be to list 7 facts from the video on pain medications. And one of the things that you need to understand about the pain medications is that these are typically opioid type of drugs. Opioids are in the classification of drugs that are coming from something called an opium poppy plant. You might think of codeine, heroin, morphine, or derivatives of those like Vicodin, Darvocet, Percocet, things like that, right? So these are actually painkillers. They are used, thank goodness that we have them, right? Because people are in severe pain and sometimes couldn't even get through a day without them, but they are very addictive. As you'll see in this video in today's assignment, these are actually drugs that people get addicted to and move towards heroin. Okay? Move towards heroin. So Mateo brings up a question here, and I'm interested to talk about this. He just looked it up. It takes 84 cans of Monster Energy to kill you. Wow. That's for some people. Some people might be sensitive to caffeine. So if people have caffeine, you might start feeling shaky and stuff like that. It could actually happen in a different way. Okay, so here's the question of the day, right? You guys are doing a great job answering your questions. Continue to do that. There are 5 people watching this live. And again, I'm not concerned about the live stream. I'm concerned about presenting something a little bit more professional to you using Ecamm and hoping that it comes out, a little bit better. I am working on this. I do want to share something with you. So hold on. Let me go ahead and I will go and post the question right now. Okay, so I'll literally just ask the question right now, but I want to move towards something. People shared some pictures with me. When I asked you to share some pictures, I'm going to go here, and this is I'm going to do this, so you probably are like, no, don't do this, right? But I am. I'm still going to go through and do this. Here we go. Ready? Mateo, you're going to be last because you shared an awesome picture with me. So this is Savannah. So I guess Savannah is into majorettes. And Jill on her trampoline, which is awesome workout for everybody who has a trampoline. Nathan, who's doing push-ups. The only problem with this picture is the background. I'll let you guys think about that. No, I'm just kidding, Nathan. Caden also is cool picture of you on a trampoline. And then last but not least, Mateo eating an orange. Yes, thank you for sending in those pictures. I really appreciate it. We might do something special at the end of May with pictures as well. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm working on this, by the way, for our next live stream. I'm working on a quiz, a little quiz game to see if it works. So maybe it will and maybe it won't. All right, but definitely, let's see. Yep, there you are. Okay, so, so thanks for joining me today on this little small, sweet live stream. And I really do appreciate it. I hope that this... Oh, yeah, I did. I asked for pictures. Annie, you can send me a picture. In one of the assignments, I said, please send me a picture of you doing something healthy. That's what I said. So some people were sending me pictures of exercising, walking the dog, eating fruit, drinking orange juice, which isn't healthy, by the way. It's really not. But we could talk about that at another time. I really hope that you enjoy this format a lot better. I know that I enjoy the format a lot better because I can be way more creative in the way that I bring you information. So with that, thank you so much for joining me. We're not going to do a live stream on Zoom today. We're not going to get together, but on Thursday, I'll once again present you some information, and I will absolutely try my best to do this quiz. Okay? So I hope that this is good, and I hope you liked it better. And yes, so Annie asks me, can you repost it? Well, so basically all you need to do, Annie, is just send me a picture of doing something healthy, and then I'll make sure that I, put it up on a collage of pictures for the end of the year that I'm going to collect. Okay? All right. Hopefully everyone had a great day, or have a great day. Do well. My wife's looking at me. My wife's not doing very well. Her back's out. And we'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Not a very long live stream, but I think it was good enough for me to test out Ecamm and to get you information. So have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Okay? All right. See you guys.